Ну что, всем привет, с вами я, ThebyVittor, мы еще играем Starfield, продолжаем прохождение. И поехали. Альфа Центавра, да? А, так мы и так здесь, в принципе. Почти. Совсем рядом. Так, нам... может район сразу? Давай район сразу, Вант. А то сейчас придется на НАЦ садиться, ехать туда и добираться, короче. И так далее.
While we're here, let's swing by Centaurian so I can pick up some ammo.
Какой кентавр? Ты о чем? Так, это нам нужно к телочке вот этой спуститься. Подраздел. А, нам до чувака нужно этого. By Victis. О май гад. Здорово. Ты мне это уже говорил. Так, давай с ним поговорим. Здорово, чувачок.
Well, what a pleasant surprise. When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places, I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for? Now, what in the heavens would make you claim something as ludicrous as that? Did you? Well, I don't know what you think you heard on this recording, but I sincerely hope you didn't come to the wrong conclusions. After all, given the Cabinet's current state of anxiety, they might misinterpret such a discovery to mean I could have been involved with the attacks. Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us. You know, you're far more clever than I expected. You want to hear the words, then? I did it. The Terramorph attacks on Tau Ceti, New Atlantis, my doing. Years of coordination between my associate and I, figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian, learning to synthesize it, use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing. You couldn't be more right. The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport, fixing two problems at once. Halting the spread of the city's Terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential. Simple to say now, but with the outbreak raging from a barely understood source, the moment demanded quick action. So I did what was required. I removed the dangerous variable from an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter, she becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, the research team, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You. There are no heroes without a villain. I simply arranged the opportunity for us to overcome one and become the other. And we all benefited. It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your and Hadrian's success. And look at the results. I know for a fact the Cabinet's planning to honor both you and Hadrian once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday. I'm simply looking for you to acknowledge the truth. And let's not forget the importance of our actual endgame. Eliminating the Terramorphs. Securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. What we've set in motion is going to protect thousands, maybe millions of lives. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. Mine. I've already sent along the evidence of Orlays' role in the attacks to the Cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the Cabinet. Tell them that it was Orlays and Orlays alone. After all, I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. This needn't be the end of our good works together. That is a pity, Captain. But I'm in no position to negotiate. Though we needn't be enemies, you and I. Just think about the opportunity I've provided here. There are more on the horizon. If you do the right thing.
Так, ладненько. Идем, говорим с другими. Да, конечно. Это все очень весело. А где они там? Так, а где она? Ага.
Perfect timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the acyles are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the Cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus plant? I knew it. The second I heard that recording, I knew. Why? Did he say why he did it? It takes some deeply twisted logic to think anything did more harm to the Sanan name than him.
So you're telling us that the attack on New Atlantis was ThebyVittor's responsibility? Just like the dooming of Londinian? That's insane. All that, just to help restore the family name. How did he ever think that was going to work?
Well, once we inform the cabinet, they can ensure he won't be able to do anything like this ever again. I'm sure he did. But he killed dozens of people. And I'm not about to let him get away with something like that. So I guess that gives us our final answer. Nothing left to do but head in and see what the cabinet thinks of it all. Unless there was more to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the Terramorphs. Then here we go.
Так, окей. Кабинет министров. Отправляемся. Здорово всем, ребятки. Здорово, здорово, шо вы головы. Как поживаете? Как жизнь ваша? Я вижу, что не изменилась. Понятно. Ладно.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true?
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orlays commit these attacks, Captain?
Orlays? It's true, ma'am. I heard the recording myself. My father figured out how to use Terramorphs as weapons.
He did what?
That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own access, Chief Sarkin. Madam President, I have been saying for years that not dealing with that man was gonna end in tragedy.
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared is a state secret of the highest order. This information does not leave this room. Now, that's quite the accusation you're leveling, considering Francois Sanan has not left containment for the better part of 2 decades. You have evidence to back this up?
It just transformed. A terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this, and said nothing.
He's a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, can you send one of your interrogators to have a little chat with the Admiral?
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies can thank you enough. We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with ThebyVittor sooner. I intend to rectify that mistake immediately. I'm inclined to agree, Captain. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here, The Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches. The three of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President. Tell the Freestar Collective. Wow. So they have another tool to utilize against us?
I'm in agreement. I fail to see the value here.
Indeed. Open relations at this point would be critical towards maintaining peace.
Oh, that is an interesting idea. A grand gesture to further display this cabinet doesn't think like those of the past.
The observers on Mars have proven such a gesture can bear fruit.
So, you want us to make nice with the Collective by sharing our state secrets?
No, I want us to display plainly the UC's actual intentions, that the plant will never be used as a weapon again.
That does sound worthwhile, Chief Kulkarni. Very well. We'll get the Collective involved in the management. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain. So then, to our final topic. The Cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps? The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the Cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've had a few discussions, but our group is similarly split. Only the captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but we'd like to know your take on the matter.
Glad to see someone's not afraid of a little applied genetics. The science division is in full agreement.
I doubt there's another body in the galaxy that could pull it off.
Absolutely correct. There are no better hands in the galaxy for this project than ours.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
You all have earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sinan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts, spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, The Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
Нормально, мы теперь граждане первого класса, это хорошо, это круто. Только забыл спросить, что это значит. Вот в эксплуатацию новой усадьбы. Все, на этом закончено, что ли, этот? Фракция. Фракция на этом закончилась. Окей, ну давай с Туалой поговорим, что там, почем там. Ага, с командиром нашим. Поговорим, узнаем. Чтобы как-то сориентироваться, что это все уже. И так далее. Еще одна фракция осталась. Я думаю, мы потом немножко побегаем. Поговорим о том, о сём. В деятельности. Потому что задание там закончится. И я думаю, можно будет идти к финалу. И вот там уже будет что-то более-менее интересное. Я так думаю. Что вряд ли там... Точнее, не зря они там, типа, какие-то сцены поставили. Мне кажется, если закончить как-то с основными заданиями и так далее. Короче, потом посмотрим.
Well, I've got to say, this is a first. I've never had a Class 1 citizen in my ranks before. Congratulations, Captain. No need to thank me. You brought this all on yourself. I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All UC goods and services should now have a thanks for protecting the colonies discount. And the credits should be in your accounts now. But to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit to the Aphelion Realty office. They should be able to grant you access. Higher-ups wanted to make sure you know how much they appreciate what you've done. But with all that squared, it's time to get you a new assignment. There are your standard Vanguard missions, putting those pilot skills to use defending UC space. Or you could help the TMD in cleaning up terramorphs. Oh, and I got a request from Dr. Walker. Wanted your help collecting biological samples to keep an eye out for any, new alien threats on the horizon. Any of those missions call to you? Any chance to bag some bugs, right? Well, I can provide. Let me just check my logs. Okay, these coordinates should get you to your first target. There. These missions are straightforward. Proceed to the location, kill the critter before it can do any more harm. Just be smart out there. I don't want you getting banged up too bad on the first night.
Так, короче, в деятельности, я так понял, там все задания это принеси что-то, убей кого-то и так далее. То есть есть ли смысл их вообще выполнять для широты сюжета? Возможно. Но тратить на это время, ну, такое себе. Потому что я так... Ну да, там все такие задания, в принципе. Там ни главных, ни фракций, ничего нету, короче. Так что... Вот даже здесь чисто отбить атаку какую-то там, да. Где это вообще? Шаен, окей. Вот, подожди, не на этой. Да не на этой, вот на этой планете. Ага, вот здесь. Так, каменный шпиль. Вот сюда нам нужно. У нас там, кстати, пентхаус. Нужно еще посмотреть пентхаус.
Gear looks green. Ready to land.
Так, и куда нам? Ага, нам куда-то вот в то место. 1200 метров, что ли? Серьезно? А, нет, 300 метров. Подожди, а я ей оружие поставил вроде? Ну да, вроде ставил. Вот здесь какой-то первый, да? Привет, дорогой. Зачистка начинается. Да давай. Ну, что-то, блин, такое ощущение, будто он не стрелял нифига. Ага, хотел залезть куда-то там, в норочку свою. Так, генетический материал, это нам нужно брать. 1300 стоит. А, не, подожди, это нам не нужно брать. Хорошо, хорошо, вон еще один. Мудозвончик. 10 уровня. Давай возьмем что-то. Дробовик давай, нормально должен быть. Здорово. Да используй. А нам еще нужно получать физический урон. Почему он не использует навык? А, вот, наконец-то. Давай бей, мне нужно первый выполнить. Хорош, хорош, еще немножко, еще немножко. Ой, красавчик, ну что-то не засчитало. Давай уже так нормально, ёбни. Да, хорошо, ударь меня нормально. Ну да, о, молодец, красава. Может теперь тебя добивать. 6500 дали. Ну вот такие вот задания. Это деятельность. Всё. Типа, и там походу все такие задания будут. Поэтому я не знаю. Не знаю, стоит ли на это вообще время тратить. Наверное, нет. Наверное, нет. Сейчас там нам с депутатом нужно будет выполнять ветку фракции. Не, есть там еще найти доказательства, но это тоже сбор информации. Я так понял, она собирается типа это с багровым флотом то, что было. Она собирается по всей галактике, походу, и так далее. Потому что я одну на Неоне вроде нашел. Или в Альфа Центавре. Не помню, короче. Где-то нашел запись какую-то и типа доказательства. Хрен знает, где оно вообще все находится, почему оно в фракциях светится. Непонятно. Любые улики. Багровый флот. Не, подожди, это было... Это в Сидоне было. На Луне, походу. Ага. Разные задания еще есть какие-то интересные. Ладно, давай нам посмотрим наш пентхаус. Где оно, блин, было? А, может оно типа освободилось, ты к ней сходишь, типа купишь пентхаус. Ни хера непонятно. Поддержание мира есть, поговорить с агентом Платоном. Бля, не вижу реалти этот сраный. Ладно. Ладно. Давайте тогда возьмем вот это поддержание мира. Что это такое? Что это такое? Все же вроде относится к тому же самому. Так что сейчас выполним, добьем по времени, потому что чтобы потом не выполнять понемножку.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
И так случайно книгнат нужен. Беседа с Андреас. Блин, где он находится? Все же в том же самом районе, да? Ага. Да, там где-то снизу.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you.
You are, of course, welcome. The security of the United Colonies is every citizen's responsibility. But we try and do. They've got you doing grunt work, Captain. Hardly the reward I'd expect for saving the city from a terramorph attack. Admirable. I bet qualities like that are precisely why you've moved so quickly up the ranks. But I'm sure stopping a terramorph invasion didn't hurt your case. In any case, let me fill you in. We have a dead drop that we think has been compromised. So I'd like someone from UC Security to handle the pickup instead. Take the package back to Sergeant Yumi and he'll check it in as evidence before it gets routed back to Aegis. Take the NAT to the spaceport. There should be a Galbank ATM right next to the station. The package is taped under one of the benches. Grab it and deliver it to Sergeant Yumi and the job's done.
Ладно. Получение пакета. Поддержание мира. Что это задание такое? Чисто этот... служба доставки, бляха. Курьер, блин. Курьер, блин. Капитан-курьер. Так меня теперь зовите. Капитан-курьер, бляха. Ладно. Космодром. А нужно было велик еще дать. Я бы на велику по-быстренькому в космодром, туда-сюда. Было бы весело на это посмотреть. Так, пакетище. Да, походу это закладка, слушай. Агент Платон. Я с солями не балуюсь, ты чё? Еще и под лавочку в гальбанке. Прикольно, прикольно. то эту ветку делал, бляха. Они бы еще зарыли куда-то. Здорово.
How's the investigation going? Good work, Captain. Suffice to say, you were overqualified for this job, but given our staffing problems, I'm still glad you showed up. That being said, my luck seems to be turning around. We've gotten a lot of new personnel as of late, not just you. Who knew all I had to do was put up a sign? As am I. And the best part is, since you're all part-timers, there's no paperwork. Anyway, here's your payment. And if I have any more work for you, I'll let you know.
Короче, понятно. Все задания в дополнительном блоке, они такие. Принеси, подай, иди нахуй, не мешай. Вот так вот. Как-то так. Ну и плюс мы получаем за это деньги. И так далее. Ну, в принципе, понятно. Такой же самый, походу, неоспоримый довод, это тоже самая дичь. Просто найти доказательства чего-то, где-то и так далее. Доп. Задания. Обычные доп. Задания. Ладненько. А что вы здесь стоите? Помилование. Хорошо. Свободный вроде типа должен быть. Ну, помилование. Ладно.
Anything I can help you? Got anything you need to offload? Trade Authority is always buying. Kiosk right here for you.
Давай посмотрим, как цена изменилась на корабле, кстати. 74. У нас должна быть скидка. Угу. 209 тысяч стоит он. Щитоносец. Такой, как у нас. 209. Был 250. Полис. Окей, это интересная штука. Для перевозки. Для перевозки, да? Сколько? Вес 1800. Нормально, нормально. Для перевозки всего что угодно подойдет. Тем более реактор С. Экипаж 6 человек. Блин, он походу огромный писец. Ну этот... Вот этот кораблик как раз подойдет что-то перевозить. Вот это прям четко будет. Давай вещи Баррета заберем. В принципе, все задания доп. Вообще прям очень быстро выполняются. Давайте я сейчас вещи заберу этого Баррета. Я не помню, ему, наверное, что-то давал. Вот оно там из задания это вылезло, так сказать. И мы на этом закончим. Уже как раз с одной фракцией. И еще одна фракция останется. И в принципе можем заканчивать с прохождением.
Whatever you need, you've got it.
Хотя я бы все равно, наверное, звездорожденным не ставал бы. Там просто типа игра перезапускается и все, и ты опять выполняешь какие-то задания сраные. Ну, просто посмотреть на финал интересно. Что там поменяется? Добавятся какие-то там моменты.
I can't think of a better. I have something I need to discuss with you.
Обсудить что-то?
Troubles you need to share? Sorry to pull you aside like this, but I wanted to take a moment to congratulate you. Taking those steps to eradicate the terramorph threat is essential to the safety of every living thing in the settled systems. You should be proud. Yes, exactly. I'm glad you treated the situation with the urgency it deserved. Well, I'm relieved that the United Colonies agreed to use their genetically engineered microbe to exterminate the terramorphs. Apparently, their decision was based on your recommendation. That was a smart choice you've made. A solid scientific decision. Against it? Not at all. I follow the science. If Chief Engineer Kulkarni believes that the microbe will be effective, then we have to trust her experience. Good, good. I wouldn't want you to think it was some kind of mistake. Despite the Lazarus plant being simply locked away, your decision has made the settled systems a safer place to live for years to come. Oh, well, of course. I'm happy to be there for you. If there's anything else you ever feel like discussing, you let me know.
Так, ладненько. Что у нас там? Где у нас там оно? А, вот здесь все вещи, да? Это то, что я ему давал туда? Понятненько. Понятненько. А что у нас, насколько перевес? 252? Ни хрена себе там вещей. Ёканый мой. Фармацевтическая лаборатория. Здесь можно сделать бинты даже. И мобилайзер можно сделать. Окей, я вроде такую уже находил где-то. Так, кухня. Какой-то еще местяк здесь. Разблокировать мастер. Ну это какая-то женская форма или что? Ну вроде что-то прикольное. Можно было бы Саре дать. Мне не хватает навыка, чтобы разблокировать. Мастер. Уровня. 3-й уровень, короче, нужен. Чтобы эти взламывать, да? Это ж мастер, ну да. Понятно. Не все так легко. А, это колодец, ё-моё. Ну, кстати, можно сейчас пройти к квартире и отнести вещи. Или давайте уже на этом закончим. Да. А, это... Что-то очень далеко от самого колодца. От самой квартиры. Так, и карты нету. Классно вообще. Чётенько, чётенько. Требуется ключ. Охренеть. Охрененно. Ладно, давайте на этом закончим. Всем спасибо за просмотр. С вами был я, ThebyVittor. Всем пока-пока.